Okay,
I know,
we're live
Bobby.
now.
I know. You can wave your hands around all you want. All right, just take it easy.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Twitter and tweet out.
There. Now I hear you breathing.
Okay. You can hear me breathing? That's not good. You don't want to hear me breathing.
I'm just bothering you.
The Twitter should have gone out. The tweet should have gone out. Yes.
Okay, let's let everybody know.
So just retweet the tweet I just sent.
Is that all you want me to do?
Whatever you want to do, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But like we're technically live at this moment, so I'm going to switch over to a couple other different avenues and tweet out and stuff. If you did see the tweet and you are here at this moment, I don't know if you are or not, people of the interwebs, just bear with us a second. We're just doing some housekeeping and sending out some tweets and things of that nature. Sean likes when I say that, apparently.
I'm not even listening. I'm tweeting. I can't do both.
Of course you're not. You don't listen to anything I say. I don't understand.
I listen. What's the difference? You hear somebody, but you're not listening? I don't know. Whatever's worse. That's what I do.
You don't. I'm like an old wife. You just don't care no more. I don't understand it. I don't know what I did.
It's a facade, Bobby.
I know.
It really is. I don't know what I would do without you. You changed my entire life, at least for 2016 anyways.
Look at this.
The biggest moment of my life in 2016 was meeting you on the internet.
So
nothing since then big has happened.
So right now we got Josh Stapleton in the house.
What? Already?
Yes. We got Joey Ferris.
Okay, Joey, we need to talk to Joey.
Yeah, and we got I don't know what your real name is. If you want to say it to me, it's RCC. It's RC Cola, 18. Brendan Myers is in the house. What's up?
What is up?
So basically, we're gonna do a couple of things, and then we will jump into.
Joey, y'all are messing up. We just started.
Take it easy. Relax, Joey.
Take it easy. Ferris wheel.
Yeah, relax, Ferris wheel.
You know what? I actually really like that name, though. Like, that's really
good. That is a good name.
I really dropped the ball on Capri Pants Productions.
Yeah, you did.
What was I? I adopted this stupid ass We the Gamer Cast. Like, nobody even knows what it is. They always say like the We the Nerdy podcast, and that's not what it is.
You're fine. Nobody says that.
I know.
Nobody knows what We the Nerdy is. Everybody knows what
exactly. Nobody. Exactly. Bobby, cut me in the heart.
All right.
You want to see my shirt?
So, yeah, what shirt you got? Oh,
the Seal of Awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm also wearing Super Mario pajama pants.
As always, you're always wearing that.
Well, look at that. That's pretty good flexibility, I have to say. Look, I can't do it.
I couldn't do that.
I'm out of breath.
I can't even.
Brendan Myers getting married in 5 days.
Man, it's the ticker's coming, baby. You're in trouble now.
Not too late to call it off.
You can call it off. You can go. You can move in with me or Sean and be and you'll be fine. You can move down here in the basement. You can play video games all day. Mm-hmm. You don't have to get married. You can make changes into your life. You can make this decision.
You come to Canada where the healthcare is free.
Josue is in the house.
Josue, what's up? What is happening? This is amazing. I love this.
You like this, right? So, okay.
This a lot.
This is what the idea is. Let's jump in. Let's do the introductions. All right.
Like an Xbox.
Yeah, let's do my introductions. Ready?
Jump in.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 25 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my bestest buddy in the west coast of Canada, Sean Capri. What is up, Sean?
Hi, Bobby. Do you think that I should do a weird voice the whole time? I can't believe we've just discovered this whole sending video messages to each other on Facebook Messenger.
I know. What's wrong with us?
I don't know.
Tony, it's like FaceTime, but it's not instantaneous.
Like, I know, and I don't have to commit to a full-on conversation with you.
Yes. And for those that don't know, like yesterday, well, this is what started it. So let's just jump right in, shall we?
All right.
So for those that don't know, Sean and Chelsea actually is the one that's pregnant, and Sean are expecting a child. So I watched this stupid video the other day. It was stupid, sorry. And I'm like, what is he doing? Like this, and anybody that knows Sean knows they stick with stuff to go through to see what the end result is for Sean, because he does a lot of goofy stuff. And it's always gold every single time he does it. So I'm watching. I'm like, I don't get this. I don't understand what he's doing. I guess that's Neighbor Matt. Okay, I know who Neighbor Matt is now. I'm watching. I'm like, they're acting really weird. I'm watching this stuff of 18, 19-year-old kids doing stupid stuff, face planting in the tables and just good stuff. And
not 18, 19, by the way. Those are like fully grown men. That's like 25 years old.
All right, 25 years old. And at the end of it, Sean announces that they're going to be doing, that Chelsea's pregnant and they're going to have a child. And I was like, wow, he didn't even tell me. This son of a bitch. He didn't tell me. And I'm like, I can't believe every week we're together and you didn't tell me. I thought we were like, so I'm sorry. I'm taking away the best friend moniker. It's going over to Toby 110%. But, and I'm just kidding.
You know what would be incredible is if Toby's expecting right now. And he is also.
That would be fun. Would that be hilarious?
Oh my God, that would be. Toby, you need to go do this. Go make a baby right now.
So the thing of it is what happened was I was so bad that he didn't tell me that I recorded a video yelling at him and I sent it to him. And then I recorded another one and sent it to him. And he didn't even care. He's playing Forza and he's like ignoring me. And Chelsea's messaging me. Chelsea's like, I told him last week to tell you. I don't know why he didn't tell you. And I'm like, tell him to check my video and watch it. And so then after that, we just started video chatting back and forth together.
I know.
We didn't type no more. It's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Funny.
So let's get into a serious topic. All right, let's just jump right in. Let's go into this.
Just take it easy for a second.
No,
all right?
Listen,
we got chat people. I want to know in the chat, just real quick. Would you guys have told Bobby if you were expecting a baby? Would you have let him know? I want to know. Okay, now you can go. We'll jump back to chat.
Okay, yeah, let's know in a second. I was very disappointed. I got to tell you, as you said to me a couple
worse
weeks
than being
ago,
angry.
I was furious. Let me tell you what. I almost crashed the car driving home tonight.
Oh, man.
How is Bobby not even under consideration for this child's name? I want to know that because I'm very upset that even boy or girl.
Who said that?
Well, I don't know because you were naming all these stupid names like Lincoln and
because it's short. You shorten it to Link. That's why.
I don't care. It should be Bobby. It's your first born, man. It should be mine. You should name it after me. Your favorite person in the world. It goes both ways. You could have, if it's a girl, it could be Bobby. If it's a boy, it could be Bob. Like, it's a home run all day long. Chelsea, if you're listening, please, I'm begging you.
I'm going to name it Nintendo Baby. Thank you, Brendan Myers. Yeah, first name Nintendo, middle name Baby, last name Capri.
I love it. I was waiting the whole way home. I was like, I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to mess with him about this just because it'd be perfect. So, okay.
Yeah, apparently I did it wrong. Brendan Meyer says I should have. Playlets. Sorry. I did it wrong.
I would have told you. You would have been the first person I told. I'm sorry that you don't like me that much. You know what? I thought we were boys.
You know what? This is maybe
Joey Ferris, hit me up. I'm going to bring you on. I'm going to kick Sean out right now. No, I'm just kidding. That is the ongoing joke. That I always say that I'm going to kick you off. I'm going to bring Joey Ferris on.
And I've always said I'm leaving once I have a kid. So what's up now?
But I think the problem is that me and Joey were doing, if we were in Nintendo, it'd be like a 5-hour podcast. The first 4 hours would be us arguing with each other of which way to take the company. and then we would go together and pick it out.
I would like to see that. I want to take a sick day one of these weeks and have Joey sit in for me. Like, I don't even want to do like the 3-person. I just want to have him like maybe even do his best impression of me.
Oh, man.
That'd be fun.
That'd be interesting.
Completely insulting somehow, I think.
It'd be interesting. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was, real quick, so Chelsea was talking about she's out of, she's basically out of the whole Fallout game, and she's looking for something else.
Yes.
I want her to play SteamWorld Dig. Seriously. I'm a huge proponent for the game. I love the franchise. I love the series. I would love for her to play. And it's kind of like Fallout in terms of like post-apocalyptic. There's nothing around.
I don't know if she'd do it. I don't know if she would dig it. I don't know.
You know what? You had to do that, didn't you? You had to go.
I don't know. What else am I going to say? What else am I going to say?
I don't know. I think it's something that she would enjoy because you know what? It's not one of those like It's a quick game. She can finish it in about 9 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have done it quicker, and I think that it's a good game to get her. Like like you said,
you have to realize something.
Clean her palate. You know what I mean? Like that.
Dig it. It's impossible to pick a game for her. I honestly don't know what she's gonna do next. I know, but it's gonna be wrong. That's the problem.
It's not wrong
for you. Like,
I think I know your wife a little bit better than you do.
You might.
So
I just met her.
Apparently.
Yeah, so looked her up real quick.
This is the one thing that we love to do, and we love to just BS at the beginning of the shows and things of that nature, like Sean likes to hear me say. Brendan Myers says he loves Steamrolled Egg. It's so good. I'm glad that you like it. He actually won the code from us.
My comments are not a reflection on the game. It's just how fickle Chelsea is. It's very difficult to pick a game.
I think that she would like it.
She's always been tough.
In my heart of hearts, Sean, I think that she would like it.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I think you should ask her to give it a shot. I think that after an hour, she'll be hooked and she'll really get into it. Okay. So
problem solved.
Mitchell Popish, what is up, Mitchell? Good long-time viewer.
I'm here too, Mitchell. Hi.
I mean, he don't know you, Sean.
I know.
He doesn't care for you. He doesn't care for the fact that you're not going to name me Bobby, or you name your child Bobby. I'm already named Bobby, whatever that means. No, I'm just kidding. Playlets, what is up?
We're going to sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the Nintendo 64. Is it the 20? Yeah, but that happened a while ago, didn't it?
A little while ago.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You just sing it every day for the entire year, 2016.
Exactly. Every day, just keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get into any more. I didn't really get a chance to play Skyward Sword. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I started tinkering with. I started playing Jotun.
Oh yeah. Nobody knows how to say this game's name.
How do you say it?
I don't know. Jotun.
I don't know, but
like jogging.
I can tell you the one thing I could call it, and it's garbage.
Jeez.
I'm not a fan of it.
A hard G.
All. Yeah. You know what? I tried. I thought and it's just. I'm going to push a little further, play a little further, but I just wasn't feeling it.
Doesn't that feel like crap? Can we talk about that for a second? Doesn't it feel like crap when you got a game, you're like, this isn't good, and for whatever reason, I feel compelled to just keep playing it, and this is dumb. Why do I do this?
Yeah.
Did you buy the game or did you get a code?
Oh, I bought it. I bought the game.
Oh, that'll do it.
I got it discounted. I was going to buy Severed.
Big mistake. Oh,
I will.
Bobby,
I'm going to
review.
No.
Nerdy.com.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it Wednesday because
so good,
it's still like $13.49 or whatever. I didn't buy Axiom Verge yet. I have Axiom Verge on the PS4, but I just feel like I want to play it on a Nintendo system. As stupid as that is,
kind of thing. Is it on 3DS?
It's not on 3DS. It's on the Wii U.
Or is it not going to be? Maybe it was a big thing. I don't know.
I don't think it came to 3DS yet. I think it will at some point. So I feel like the Nintendo dads, and I say, you know what? Don't get me started with the Nintendo dads. All right, I love them guys. Seriously.
Hang on, let me play my bumpers from my phone. I'm just kidding.
Sean Masson will be on next week. So how you like that?
Yeah, what's up, Sean Masson?
How you doing, Sean Masson? I'm going to call him that next week. I'm going to introduce him as that, and let's see what he does.
I can't wait. I love that guy.
He's awesome.
Yes, I can't wait for you to play Severed. That game is excellent. And you know why you didn't get back into Skyward Sword? It's just not that great.
Stop.
It's just not. It's fine.
You know what?
Not the worst game in the world. Probably better than Jotun.
I think the release date for the NX is going to be March 4th or around there. It's going to be that.
I agree. I think that leak is right. Is real.
Yeah, I think that's actually legit. I do. I really do. I feel like that's going to be honestly where it is. I feel like, and you know what? You said it today. You sent me an instant message and said that Colin Moriarty kind of agreed.
Said it was smart. Delay it.
He said it was smart to delay the reveal. And I think he's right. We said it. We went over it last week. I want to do two things real quick before we jump into our first topic. But the first thing is look, totally turned yet last week. I went back and listened to the episode, and I did, man. I did in wrestling world, it would have been called a heel turn. Totally just was going one direction as a baby face, and I was going with all the fans, and they were loving me, and then all of a sudden I just went, no.
Then you throw up the corporate eyebrow, and then you drop the corporate elbow.
Exactly. And but and all that stuff just comes right flooded back to me, 1996. So, but the thing of it is like I really do believe it. Like when if Nintendo doesn't announce this thing in the next month, I think they would be best suited to hang on to this and announce it in January and sometime in January. And I think what we're going to do next week is probably do a reveal, like talk about how we would reveal it, when we would reveal it.
Let's do that. That's awesome.
Do the whole full scale with Justin on the show.
Here's the thing, though. It absolutely needs to launch in March, and as early in March as possible, because I will only have a month left of gaming before a whole bundle of responsibility comes flying out of Chelsea and into our lives. So I need that thing as early as possible. But talking about like when to reveal it and be official about like what it is and the specs and all that kind of stuff, there was a rumor that went out today and a big headlines and all this stuff about it's not as powerful as PS4, and everybody's jumping all over that. And that is exactly why they need to stay quiet about this, because that stuff doesn't matter. It is secondary, maybe third, fourth, fifth down the list of why this is going to be important for us and exciting for us to be having in our lives. So that's why they need to stay away from it, because they can't really demonstrate anything else other than the specs about what this thing is until we get into our hot little hands. So today was just another example of this. People getting crazy about what it's supposed to be, and it's bad. It's not good for Nintendo.
But the thing of it is
to have that stuff go out.
Here's the thing. Anybody that feels that this thing is going to be on par with a PS4 is only fooling themselves, and they're setting themselves up for disappointment. And that's the problem. They're listening to the Emily Rogers and the 10Ks just spew bullshit all day long. Just spew it. And it's like, enough. You guys don't know what you're talking about because it's proven. Like, when's Mother 3 coming, Emily? I don't know. You basically said it was coming out this year. Haven't heard it. Haven't seen it. What, 10 years from now it's going to come out? Also, you're going to go, I called it. No, I don't think so. Don't work like that. So my feeling is that these guys are just talking nonsense. It's not going to be, and to her credit, she hasn't said it's going to be as powerful as a PS4. She's never said that. 10K was saying that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, just relax. Stop drumming up false stuff. Like, I listened to last week NBC, and Per Schneider said something spot on. If you listen to these predictions and these rumors, they're not that difficult to predict. Like, Mario's coming to the end. Like, come on. Of course there is. What console that Nintendo put out did Mario not come out within the first 6 months? Name one. You can't.
I can't.
So,
Virtual Boy? What was the Mario game on Virtual Boy?
That was Mario Tennis. But I don't know if
that might count.
But they did Wario Land, which was basically Mario. And that could be why but that system didn't even get 6 months. That system didn't even get 6 months to give it a chance to come out. So, but regardless, overall, I mean, 90% of the consoles have had a Mario game in the beginning. It's not that difficult. That's not a far-fetched prediction. You know, that'd be like me sitting there going like, "Hey, Breath of the Wild's coming out for the NX at launch." Like, come on, rocket scientists, everybody knows.
I know.
That. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that's frustrating when I hear stuff like that. So it's the same thing like this. Like, for people to sit there and go like, "Oh, it's dead already because it's not as strong as the PS4." Nonsense. To do what you needed to do, if it's the hybrid, which we all believe and everybody's pointing that way, it can't be as powerful as a PS4 because then you're talking $400 right off Jump Street, and that's not even including the handheld portion of it.
Yeah.
Who's going to
screen?
They're done. They're done. Then they're done because mom and pop ain't going to buy it for little Timmy. They're going to go on to something else. They're going to go buy an Xbox One that's $300 over the NX. I really think it's a mistake, and I think that people that are going, it's got to be as powerful as a PS4 are just foolish.
Wouldn't it be great if we got, like, as the 3DS comes to the end of its life, like, Well, I guess we sort of got the new 3DS. I don't know. I mean, what I'm getting at is, wouldn't it be sweet if we got like the Advance SP, like kind of like how that's kind of what people were. That's what I remember as the Game Boy Advance is the clamshell one. That would be neat if we kind of got like this out of nowhere great iteration of a 3DS, but it's not going to happen.
Well, my thing is this. This is the one thing that I love about the 3DS, and it worries me about this. I love that I just slap it closed and it saves exactly where I am, and I can just do it. So I could sit at work on my lunch break and I could play, and then all of a sudden shut it down, put it away in the desk, and then come home and then open it back up, and it's right there. It makes me wonder, do we have that? Is anything going to do that? Like maybe it's just a button that like kind of puts it to sleep, because I love that sleep function. Seriously.
Yeah. You see all these mock-ups. They're just a phone with the little controllers next to it.
Pretty much.
That'd be interesting to see.
I think that, I don't know. I'm looking at playlets. I think it's a mistake to go Christmas. If they go Christmas, they're up against the PS Pro, they're up against the PS4 Slim, the Xbox One Slim, and I think it's a mistake. I think where they go in March is smart. I think the reason being is here's a couple of reasons. Every single one of us watching the show, us talking on it and all that stuff, what's the one thing that happens in March? Well, I don't know about Canada, but in the United States, it happens every March. Taxes. And I'll have a couple $1,000 expendable cash that I can just go dump on an NX. It makes sense. Absolutely, it makes sense. To me, that's the best, because they need to go away from the competition. They need to get away from the competition with this and just go into the open waters and have at it. I really think that going to March, April, I hope they go early March, but I think it's the best thing they could have done, just to stay. And everything they're doing shows they're going the opposite direction of history. Like everything you've watched in history, they're going the opposite way, and they're staying away from it. I think it's the smartest thing they could have done, especially when you look at the end result is their main function is they need to get games out. And that 6 months just bought them a bunch of time to get games finished up and get them ready, and to push for that big push, because I think we're going to have a crazy launch window. Really.
Oh, my God. Just you talking about it gets me so excited. Like, it actually makes me want to bottle this up just a little more, because once it finally happens, it's just going to be just crazy. I can't wait to find out what this thing is. What are the games that are coming out? What can we do with it? When can we buy it? When can we pre-order it? I'm too excited, Bobby. Playlist is excited too.
Yeah, let's jump into our first topic. All right. So the first topic we got for today is, if we ran Nintendo, what franchises would we bring back and to show some new love, and what will we do to it in a nutshell? So for me, I got two games that I would bring back and revamp them and redo them. So how many did you do?
I did two.
You did two? Okay. I'll give you, do your first one first. I'll let you go first.
No, you go first.
I try to be nice. And
I know, you go ahead. You launch things off.
You're just used to me just taking it and running with it and not giving you a chance to talk.
I'm used to you taking it.
I know. So my first one's Kid Icarus. I think it's, other than the 3DS version, which I wasn't a fan of that. I felt like they dropped the ball with that one a little bit. It's a good game. It's just not, to me, it didn't give me any of that nostalgia to the original. There was some things that made me feel a little nostalgic. It just felt to me a little more like Space Harrier than it did than Kid Icarus. And I would love to see them redo Kid Icarus, do it in a 2.5D platformer action adventure game where you did a couple of levels where you went up like you did in the originals, a couple to the side, then you have these big boss battles in these temples. I would be through the roof for it. Like, that's the one franchise I truly miss. Like, I know that I talk about, for me, for the NES, my favorite game of all time was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. But Kid Icarus was like a very close second place. And actually, I'm using my Mike Tyson's Punch-Out coaster that Josh Stapleton made for me right now.
Super Mario.
But I also have a Kid Icarus one over on the other table over there. And because Josh said, like, what's your top 5 or 4 games of all time? And it was a no-brainer to me. It was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, Kid Icarus. And I would just love, and you know what the funny thing is, I used to call it Kid Icarus when I was a kid.
I know.
Because I didn't know how to say it.
But I'm no judgment, because, God, I called everything
I think
the wrong
everyone
thing.
called it that. But it wasn't until I got to high school, and they were talking about Icarus, and I was like, what's Icarus? And then they were like, when I saw it on the board, I was like, that's Icarus, that's not Icarus. And they were like, no, that's Icarus. I was like, oh, okay. I'm the dumb Jersey kid that don't know how to read.
No, whatever. We all call him Ryu or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Mario, not Mario.
Oh,
but
God.
so for me, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your first game on the list?
My game, I didn't go quite as far back, but this is a game that I remember very fondly on the N64, which is Wave Race. Not really a series, so I hope that this still counts, but it's definitely like a Nintendo property. And I feel like they made it look so good on relatively weak hardware. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of what the NX needs, is like, and Mario Kart, like Nintendo has done this often, where they make games look great on their own hardware. And I just feel like nobody has done those wave physics and just the way that even the race would change, like the waves would change as you go along. And it was just so much fun. You pick it up and play. If you wanted to play for like 5 minutes, you could. If you want to play it all night, you could do that as well. And I really want kind of just an arcade experience on the NX. So that's kind of where I started.
I'm with you. I always wondered why they never went back to Wave Race 64. Like that to me, just never. I never understood that thinking. Like that game got rave reviews. People still to this day. I mean, you just brought it up. To this day, talk about it and love it and miss it. And it's like, why did you just like abandon ship on that thing and never come back to it? So.
There must be numbers or something. Like it doesn't really like live anywhere. It's kind of like F-Zero, I guess, in a way, where it's not really attached to anything. You didn't have. I mean, maybe they need some characters that ride those Sea-Doos. I don't know, or maybe some sort of like product attachment or placement or something like that. I don't know. I think there's just a lot of opportunity, and there's a lot of people who think back to the early N64 days, and they remember that very fondly. I don't know what you're giggling about, but yes. Oh my God, how could I forget? Just Stapleton, yes.
No, we're not bringing that back.
Soccer. England has endless stamina.
That's not going to happen. PK Ben, what's up, buddy? Okay, so my second game.
We should say it at the same time in case we have the same one.
We don't have the same one. I assure you, we don't have the same one.
I feel the same, that mine is unique.
Really? I think mine is so out in left field, you're never going to get it right. How about this? Why don't you guess what mine is?
I can't. Now I don't know.
Thank you. Mine is Kung Fu.
No, I never would have guessed that.
Thank you. And, okay,
I never would have chosen it as a good answer. I'm just kidding.
Dude, listen to me. Hear me out. All right?
Playlist knows what's up. Playlist knows what's up. Yep.
Hear me out. Listen.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, for me, I look at it and I go, Kung Fu is a franchise that's obviously never come back again. Never. But I loved that it kind of was one of those original storyline-based games, and it was hokey. I mean, the Mr. X steals your girlfriend, takes her, and all that stuff. But I feel like if they – don't laugh. All right, stop.
No, the storyline's just great. And in 2016, it would be like roles reversed. It would be like you'd play a kung fu chick and your boyfriend got taken away.
Yeah, that's true. So
your boyfriend Bobby.
But I feel like if they did it in the vibe or the setting of like a Bayonetta, and went with some gore and stuff like that, like you don't need the archangels and all that stuff and all that crazy nonsense that's in Bayonetta. Just have people that are coming after you and trying to kill you and all that, and you just beat their ass and stuff. But I would love to have. I feel like take that franchise, bring it back, and just go with it. And that game, I loved that game growing up. Like Kung Fu was a fantastic game. It's probably one of the best black box games that came out in the original Nintendo. It doesn't get as much love as it should, I feel.
I feel like it gets kind of it's a bit of a renaissance right now. I've actually heard a lot of people kind of just around the internet. It's like Kung Fu.
Yeah. And I personally would, I don't know, I would love to see them bring that back and definitely give it another shot and do something with it. But, I don't know that they would. I know they wouldn't. It would never happen again. But I would love to see them just, give it a shot.
I would just love if the NX is somehow like this weird reality where all of our weird memories of the old Nintendo systems, they just bring everything back. Like it's just like this resurgence of HD remakes and all these things. Like I don't know. I think that's what intelligent stuff too, right? So it kind of fits in.
Yeah, that's what I loved about the Wii. And that's what brought me back to video gaming, because I've mentioned it before. Like I kind of left video games and was done with them and thought, no, this is stupid. And then the Wii brought me back, and especially when they started bringing back games that I grew up playing, with like Punch Out, and we got another Metroid, and we got all this stuff. And that's the thing. Like for everybody that's complaining or upset, and rightfully so to some degree, that we didn't get a lot of those franchise that we love. Like, oh, Nintendo doesn't love the Metroid no more. They don't care about Metroid no more. Look, when Nintendo sells consoles, we get everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But when they don't sell consoles, at that point, what they're trying to do is sell consoles. What games sell consoles? Mario, Smash, Mario Kart, all that stuff. So they were pushing that stuff at us, hoping something would trigger and people would buy the Wii U and move. If people would have bought the Wii U, then the games that don't sell as much would have got pushed out.
Yeah, Absolutely. It's a weird paradox.
Yeah. So
chicken and egg sort of syndrome. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think PK Ben wants Ice Climbers to come back, but no.
What makes you think that?
Because he said he's got that icon picture.
His little profile picture is a cute little ice climber.
What's your last game that you would?
Okay, well, Playlist was bang on the money, my guess, and I really thought you might have gone with this one, which is Super Mario RPG. But I want to give a shout out to Josh Stapleton, because him and I are connecting on, or I'm sorry, Josh and I are already connected on soccer with International Superstar Soccer. But Brendan Myers mentioned Strikers, and by God, I love that game, and I especially like this is where I get to say, sort of like where I'm not racist, I have a black president. I don't hate motion controls across the board because I like them in Strikers. I really like that game. That would be really neat to see them come back with that one. But yeah, Super Mario RPG is like that wonderful mix of deep / not so deep RPG elements and the characters that we all know and love. It can bring people back. I think that's like actually kind of a bombshell. Like out of all the things that we've talked about here, if they come back with Super Mario RPG, like that is something that will blow up the internet if they were to announce that. If they bring back Kung Fu to be like, that's kind of cool. Nothing against that. Or they bring back Wave Race, like that's fine. But Super Mario RPG, I feel like if they come out with that means that they're really pulling us back in.
Well, let's be honest. Okay, so you want a Super Mario RPG 2 is what I'm getting at.
Sure, I don't care. Or
we're not talking about remakes. At this point, we're not talking remakes.
Right.
We're just talking about what franchises would you bring back and revitalize. So you want to see Super Mario RPG 2 done again. Look, it's in the realm of possibility because the fact of the matter is...
And they can release 5 in the next time before that Final Fantasy comes out with Final Fantasy 16.
Well, the thing of it is this, okay? So... we are in that realm of possibility with the fact that them and Square are talking again, and they're working together again. And that was something that people didn't think would happen again. They are, with Cloud coming to Smash, that showed that.
Oh my God,
they're working and they're friends again, and things are going good. So I personally love it, and I would.
They need each other. They're better together. What are you doing?
I think I got a text. I agree. I think that. Look, I've said it. I've said it before, right? Full disclosure. I felt like Square kind of fell off when they went to Sony. Like they've been in this downward spiral where they're just not. I feel like they were stronger with Nintendo than they are with Sony, and
they were in a long-standing, nice, committed relationship. But maybe they got bored. Maybe they're like, you're kind of getting a little old, a little boring. So they went off to the new sexy PlayStation. They kind of had this weird rebound where they're like, yeah, that was the absolute best decision ever. Look at this hot tail I've got. And then the hot tail gets no good. And you're like, I had the right fit before. They got to go back. They got to rekindle. You get the analogy there, Bobby?
I got you.
All right.
PK
cool,
Ben said Adventure Island. I love that game. You know, it was a kind of, at the time, it was like a knockoff of Mario, but a really solid game. And then Josh Stapleton. Now, the reason why we didn't mention those two games is obviously Nintendo doesn't own those franchises. So we kind of didn't go that way. But Contra, absolutely, I would love to see them bring that back and revitalize that franchise. But look at Konami, they can barely get out of their own way. So I don't see them doing anything anytime soon. They should
zombies.
They should just do a fire sale, honestly, and just get rid of everything and let someone come in and buy up a lot of these. There was a time when Contra or when Konami had some of the most amazing games in the world. Like, seriously, how do you not put out a Blades of Steel now? Like, it doesn't have to be.
My own heart.
You could turn around and do a Blades of Steel that's
Blades of Steel.
It could be the NHL. You could have the NHL Blade. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how these companies just let these franchises just fall apart. You know what I mean? Like, there was a game that we used to play all the time called Russian Attack on the NES. It's a great game. It's a really good game. All it is like a side scroller, and you got all these people. It's like military base, and all these people are coming after you. And it's kind of like a Contra to some degree, but it's just not as popular as Contra. You got, like, you start with a knife, and you're like stabbing people, and then you get upgrades, and you get a gun, and then it's a really good game. I just don't understand, you know, how they just don't do, like, Life Force and Gradius and The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Like, that was a really good game, Adventures of Bayou Billy. And
I never played that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. And that was one you had to actually use the controller and the light zapper. And like you had a side scrolling beat 'em up like Final Fight, and then you would have like a zapper where you'd shoot, and then you would drive a Jeep. And it was like all these different elements slammed at once. Yeah, it was pretty cool back then. Yeah, Earthbound, but we haven't gotten into the HD remakes just yet. We're going to move into that one now. But let's put a pin in the old show for a second. And I want to have a conversation with you, because I just came to the realization today about something. I don't know that I'm into Amiibo anymore.
Yes, you are. Stop it.
I think I might be done. And let me correct myself here. I think I'm done with the completionist in me.
Oh, me too.
I don't feel like I need to buy them all. I don't know. I mean, when the next set come out, I'll know. Because I said the same thing before the Splatoon ones. Or actually with the Kirby ones. When the Kirby ones came out, but then I ran out and got them. So who knows? I could change my mind. But I just don't have that desire that I did to, like, own them all. And
is it because all that we're seeing now are kind of like these variants, like Isabelle has a different sweater on or things like that?
The variants no, because the variants, I buy up all the variants.
And that's what I'm wondering. Maybe that's what burns you out.
I have the Splatoon ones here, and I have I have the variants. And I got the other one sitting in my glass case over there.
But what if they come out with what if they come out with an 8-bit Luigi? I'm pointing as if, like, your collection is behind me. I don't know why I'm doing that.
My collection, like, over here. Well, look, that's certain ones. Like, I feel like I've already pre-ordered the 8-bit Link.
Or the Yard Poochie.
I got him already pre-ordered.
So you're not done. This is total BS.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. The complete side. Like, okay. I don't have any of the Mario Party ones pre-ordered.
None of them? Not even the glow-in-the-dark Boo?
Nope, none of them.
Bobby.
Serious. Like, I'm like, do I really want Isabelle? Or, I mean, Rosalina? Do I really want Donkey Kong? Do I really want Wario? I don't know. So, the old me was like, I got to have them all. I'm going to buy them all. I don't know. So we'll see.
I'm with you. Like, I don't need every single one of them, which is kind of funny to say after I've bought probably 95% of them. I have given up. Like, I don't go after all the variants. That's too much. I don't have space. If I had more space, I would probably keep going, but I'm actually limited by just where am I going to put these things, and you're
limited now.
Kind of like a hard stop.
Pregnant and you're done. It's all over for you now, buddy.
Doesn't happen until that baby comes out. I'm going hard.
Now, if they do come out with a Mega Yarn Poochie, I'm all over that bad boy. I'll own him. I had to have the Poochie one. That one's just cool looking, you know. And
make them all yarn. I keep saying, make them all yarn.
Yeah,
I like it.
Agree. I love them. I love them. So, all right, last topic. You ready for this one?
No.
Of course.
Okay, go.
You never are. So, with the NX on the horizon, if we ran Nintendo, which 3 games would we give an HD remake to and bring them to the NX? So, I bring this up because, you know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, why are you going to waste the manpower and the resources on something like that? But here's what I feel. And it hit me when I was listening to you and Chelsea on the podcast. That's where this came from. So
you know one of my answers already.
No, but I, like Chelsea, played Wind Waker. I love the art style. It had nothing to do with the art style. But I felt like it lost something for me. Like I was telling Toby this week, I think, where I was like, look, I'm going one way. I'm sailing. Oh, my God. I went the wrong way. I had to go south, not east. Now I got to go down. So then I had to stop, think, which way am I changing my direction to, do it, to play the music, and then go south. And then I would realize, oh, my God, I'm actually going north, not south. I got to turn around. And it was like so frustrating. And I'm just exaggerating a little bit, but it happened a lot. You know, it happened a lot. And I got frustrated and I walked away from the game. Now, fast forward to the Wii U, it comes out HD remake, and I was like, I got to get this. And especially when they said, we're going to do the Swift sale, which will fix it, and you just go. Wherever you want to go, you just go. That Swift sale made me play the game to completion, beat it, fell in love with it all over. Hands down, my favorite 3D Zelda game ever of all time. And I just love it. So I felt like, man, there's other games out there that people... Because here's the thing.
Sorry, I was going to say, don't you think that's interesting? Yeah. Like, it's a super, like, consecutive trend here where Zelda games are launched, people kind of dismiss them. Years go by, like Majora's Mask especially, and with Wind Waker, I feel definitely like people come way back around. Like, they totally rubber band on that. Yeah. Like, does that make you worried for Breath of the Wild? Because it's sort of like...
Because Breath of the Wild is so different. And Breath of the Wild, to me, is so much like the original.
Like, people don't like different.
No, but what I mean by that is it's different, but it's still Zelda. What I mean by that is it's like, here you go, let's drop you into Zelda 1, the original one. Don't tell you where to go. Don't tell you nothing. Here you go. I don't have Fee jumping out every 5 minutes going, no, don't go that way, go this way. I'm all for it, man. And what you're going to get is the players that are into Fallout and stuff like that, Xenoblade Chronicles X, they're going to fall in love with this game because it's like that. You know what I mean? It's a lot like that, I feel. So I think you're going to get that whole push and go that way. So I felt, okay, so backing up a little bit.
All right.
I felt like with that game, you're going to get the same, not the same, I don't want to say the same, but there's a lot of games that came out in that whole Polygon era.
That's where I was looking too.
That just look like garbage.
Yeah,
that just don't hold up over time. You know, like, I feel like the NES and the SNES just hold up, man, and actually just get better with time. And it's just so much more, like, I love pixel art. And I have a better appreciation now that I'm older for some of those old original NES and SNES games than I do for some of the other games. And it's just, they just look beautiful, you know? And that's the thing. But the Polygon games, they look like a hot mess because the textures just don't hold up and all that stuff. And it just, you know, like I go back and I play Mario 64 and it's just like, ooh, man. like he's all blocky and it's just weird. Like at the time, I was like, oh my god, this is like a Disney movie.
Mm-hmm. He still looks better than anybody in Final Fantasy VII. I'll just throw that out there.
There's another example of what I'm talking about. Like you hit that era, and that era was just bad.
But even at the time, like I feel like really even at the time, I looked at those characters in Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, why do they all have horses' feet? Like I didn't understand the hoofs that I thought that maybe there was actually something that I was missing, like within the lore. I'm like are they not human?
But at the time, but for me,
it was bad. Like no, it was bad.
No, I don't. I think you got a little revisionist history going on there.
Definitely not.
I definitely do because that game was good. That game was good. It was one of the.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way that the polygons looked. I remember thinking that looks like trash.
Oh, the polygons looked a little wonky, but it still looked good. And I liked where they were going with it and the direction they were taking with it. I think one of the only games that kind of, it really wasn't polygonal, but it was kind of that style to some degree, was the Donkey Kong Country games that had that different art style. It wasn't really pixelated. It was a kind of a mesh of the whole worlds. Them games hold up. The Donkey Kong Country games hold up. I don't know why they hold up and other games don't. Doesn't make sense. It was basically the same technology on the N64, and it was that Silicon Valley stuff.
Mm-hmm. It was gorgeous, though.
At the time, yeah, it was gorgeous. But so okay,
it's about not overextending, and that's what Nintendo does so well. They know the limits because they create them, and they work within it. So that's why you always see games that look stellar there, and then other games just struggle to run on them. It's unfortunate.
So for me, I looked at it and went, what games, when I look back at them, do I want to play, but because they just look so bad, does it keep me from diving back into them? So with that said, I'm torn a little bit because you know that I've already brought this up one other time, but I feel like it's not going to happen, and I don't care. But if it was me, if I ran Nintendo, Super Mario All-Stars 2, and I talked about it way early on in the time, but I definitely would HD remaster Super Mario 64 and definitely Sunshine. I mean, I would throw Galaxy in there as well to make it a bundle and make it a pack and make it like 4 great 3D games that you love. We're going to remaster them, remake them, make them look beautiful, and here you go. If they were to just say, like, we're just going to remaster 2 of them, then I would say Galaxy and 64. Sunshine and 64 got to be remastered and taken care of, especially 64. 64 needs camera help.
Wouldn't it be incredibly powerful if they were able to come out and say, we're going to launch with a brand new 3D Mario game. It's going to be, whether it's Galaxy 3 or whatever, or even a successor to 64, launch with that. But guess what? We're going to keep it coming. On Christmas, the first Christmas, you're going to get HD Mario 64.
Yeah.
HD remake of Mario 64. The next Christmas, it's going to be Sunshine. The next Christmas is going to be HD, or even every 6 months or something, just to lay out this plan that, like, every year you're going to have a brand new, you're going to spend the next 4 years reliving the last 15, 20 years of amazing Mario games. Like, that would be incredible.
And I feel like, here's the thing. People are probably going to go like, no, I don't want to waste resources on it. And
no, man, it's not wasting, honestly.
And I don't feel like it is, because here's why.
It definitely isn't.
You got to think, like, okay, EAD, they had 2 teams working on Mario games. One for the 3DS, one for the Wii U. So now you go, you don't need that anymore. Mm-hmm. So you turn around and you go, this team works on Galaxy 3, and you work on remastering and remaking Super Mario 64. And then when it's done, and it's all said and done, then you go, when this team gets done Galaxy 3, go on to whatever your next game is. You guys finish this, and then go to Sunshine and start working on Sunshine. Because I feel like you can and I don't know the work that goes into this.
Right-click save as.
It's not that easy. But I feel like it shouldn't take it, a year to remaster these things. I would think. I think 64.
I know some people who do know. I know that there are people out there who do know exactly what it takes. I'm going to throw an idea back at you that you brought up a little while ago. Go find those people who are making Mario 64 with the Unreal Engine. And bring them up.
Yeah,
bring them over because they're already doing it. So that was your idea from a while ago. Round up these people who are doing things illegally or whatever, like outside of copyright, And yeah, just like that would be it would be a big move because you have the game. It would be a big move because it's such a great kind of PR move to say.
That's what I'm saying.
We've noticed
through the roof. Yeah.
So yeah, then you avoid the whole problem with resources and everything. But you kind of just stole a whole bunch of games. But I'll let you, because you said 3 games, you just named like 4, but that's fine.
I know. But go ahead. What's your first?
Well, I'll throw this one out there too because you kind of said it. I would definitely start with Mario 64. I feel like that's an absolute no-brainer. That game with 2 analog sticks would be absolutely incredible. It's not even just the graphical upgrade, but the controls, because that's what we all remember them being incredible. They don't really hold up that much, mainly because of the camera.
Yeah,
you kind of rework that. You up the textures and everything, have Mario look like we all imagine. Like, remember the first time we saw him with, like, you could actually see like the stitches in his denim. I think it was like for a Smash Brothers reveal. Yeah, you're like, oh man, he looks good even in 480p. He looks good.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be my first one. So because you mentioned that, I'm actually going to jump to another game you did mention, but not from. This is one that I want them to bring back, and I think would really actually surprise us with how good it looks, even though it did look great back in the day, which is Donkey Kong Country. And I feel like if you like, because it holds up.
Yeah.
But if you recreate it from the ground up using high definition, like having Donkey Kong's fur, just like, because it looks good now, but if you just think about how good Mario Kart 8 looks, and you just kind of take that the same paint can of paint and use that to create a new Donkey Kong.
Dude, just look at Tropical Freeze
and the music. Well, I feel like that's true.
Just look at Tropical Freeze. So if you basically took the original Donkey Kong Country and put that polish and sheen on dude, I'd buy it.
I know that's for me. It wasn't necessarily about making things that look bad look great again. It's about what do people love and what would they like want to revisit again. And that's really the thing about these HD remasters that are. They're selling even without a whole lot of effort.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like BioShock, this latest collection, they're selling at a premium price, and I know Infinite doesn't look infinitely better. So you have like people's expectations are actually kind of low with some of this stuff. And I know Nintendo doesn't play to the lowest common denominator. They'll come out over the top and make things look absolutely beautiful. Not just looks, but the music. They're just killing it with their orchestral music these days. And I would love to see, like, Donkey Kong Country has some of my favorite music of any video game. That's really what I like. The swimming levels, I think, are just some of the greatest music, both in Mario 64 and in Donkey Kong Country.
So my next one,
all right,
would be Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, I'm close.
And I would love okay, and I'm going to do one of two things. Either I would HD remaster that game and bring it back, because the one thing that I loved about Diddy Kong Racing was the one-player mode, where you unlocked things. You unlocked different characters and things of that nature. That would be awesome. But if they didn't want to do that, I would even be willing to say, like, some of the tracks that they had in the original, bring them back for Mario Kart. Like, remaster them and drop them into Mario Kart. I would be all day. I would
imagine
love
a DLC. Man. Imagine if they came out with a DLC pack for this Christmas, and they said, like, if that was all they had this Christmas, I would be thrilled. And I'd be playing my Wii U more than any other console because they had these old tracks brought back to Mario Kart 8.
Absolutely.
If we were Nintendo, I'd do that too. Look at that. Yeah. Came up out of nowhere.
What's your next one?
I'm on my third one now. At Mario 64, I had Donkey Kong Country. My last one's very similar to you. I would go Double Dash. I'd bring up. I feel like
Double Dash. I thought about Double Dash. Double Dash is trash.
It is not.
I didn't like the whole flip back and forth and all that nonsense. That was stupid.
What?
That was dumb. I hated it.
Oh, Bob,
worst Mario Kart game ever made.
I don't know, Bobby, if that's how people feel.
I'm messing with you. No, I did think about it. I didn't feel like.
Well, yeah, you obviously chose Diddy Kong instead. That's fine.
And for me, I looked at it and I was like, which would I rather? I feel like they could do more with that. I really didn't like that mechanic. I'll be honest with you. For the flip flopping between on Mario Kart, just drove me insane. I just felt like it was, let's just throw someone on the back of the cart that can throw weapons and stuff. And it was like, I didn't.
Everybody's losing their minds. You can't talk trash about Double Dash.
I did it because I knew that would get the reaction. But
Finally, no, I'm always the guy who's talking crap about some of the games that people love. Finally, I'm glad you did it for once.
Listen. You know, I do it all the time to get a reaction. I could care less. I talk about Sonic all day long. Ben and Jonathan are losing themselves right now. Listen, I'm just kidding. Relax, guys. I didn't like the mechanic. That's full disclosure. I didn't like the mechanic. Some of the tracks I loved, like the Donkey Kong, was it Donkey Kong Grumble or whatever it was, where you shot up the mountain and stuff. Like, I loved some of the tracks. They were phenomenal. I don't feel like that was my favorite Donkey Kong or Mario Kart because, and this is personal. This is the only reason is that's the first time that I didn't play with my brother and my cousin. That was like the in-between era. Like we were all just a little bit too old to get together and play like we did when we were younger. When I was younger, you know, Mario Kart, the original Super Mario Kart, and then Mario Kart 64, I lived next door to my cousin. My brother and I still lived at home, and we would go next door to my cousin's house, and we would all play together every single day. Mm-hmm. So when I got to the GameCube version, we didn't have that. So, because I feel like, and I don't care what anybody says across the board, everybody knows it's true. The pure beauty of a Mario Kart game is the co-op in that game, like playing each other with real people. The couch co-op definitely brings it out with that game. So that's the one thing for me personally, and that's why it's not my favorite Mario Kart game, because to play that game solely by yourself, I just feel like it loses something.
Well, Mario Kart 8 is clearly the best Mario Kart game.
Absolutely.
But would you be against, because this got me thinking a little bit, a little outside of the topic, but would you ever bring in Double Dash as a mode? Like if you could imagine, like you got like Grand Prix or whatever battle mode, and then like could you do Double Dash as like an option? Because it's kind of central to the game. Like there's no other option but to play with the Double Dash. You need to learn how to multitask. If you're going to be over there,
I'm looking over there and I'm listening to you. Relax, Sean. Relax. I got this under control. I got this on lockdown. All right, brother. Take it easy. Take a big sip of your Diet Cola, or whatever you call it.
Soda.
No, I feel like I agree with what you're saying. Like if they did like an add-on and they added the Double Dash. I don't know, man. I just didn't like that mechanic. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it – I just – you know why? Because I hate Baby Mario. Hate him so badly. And that always seemed to be the combination I took, Mario and Baby Mario. And it was like, so this way I can get the speed with Baby Mario because he was light and stuff, and I'd hunker down with Big Mario. It was whatever. I just didn't – I'm not a fan of that mechanic.
Some people aren't a fan of me losing my mind over here, so I'll try to take the show pill, so I apologize.
Exactly.
All right. Did you get through your games?
My third game would be the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Look, you brought like nine games to the team.
That's not 9 games. It's a trilogy. They put.
I know, but you started with 4.
Stop. Relax. They put out a game called Metroid Prime Trilogy. I'm saying take that game and make it an HD remake. The first one was a far-fetched, and I was just basically saying, like, if we were Nintendo, if I'm going to put all these resources into a game, I'm going to do Super Mario All-Star 2, and I'm going to give you Mario 64 remade, Sunshine remade, and the 2 Galaxies remade, and that's the bundle I would put out. But then I said, if Nintendo wouldn't do that, I know they wouldn't do that. So if I'm taking away from that and I'm going, what would the realistic thing be? They're going to do these 2. I don't think we're going to get Galaxy remade in HD remaster because they put them on the Virtual Console. The minute they put them on a Virtual Console, that all went away in my mind.
I feel like they need just like one. Well, I guess they've had the Zelda stuff. They know that there's money in these HD remakes. And I also, on the note of, I shouldn't distract so much with your notion of the Metroid games coming back. You have those games packed up in the trilogy, HD, it all looks really great. And you slap a sticker that says, unlike the Halo collection, this actually works. That's all you need to do.
That's all you gotta do.
Yep. And I love me the Master Chief Collection, but I love the way that like the Master Chief Collection, especially with Halo 1 and Halo 2, with the anniversary treatment that they do, is second to none. It is absolutely gorgeous. And if Nintendo even does a fraction of that with Metroid, man, that would be some powerful stuff, I think.
I agree. I don't even know how many people are in the room because it doesn't show you like who's in the room or anything like that.
We got PK Ben saying Skyward Sword is currently the only 3D Zelda game not to be remade. That's fine. It can remain forgotten.
But we could have redone that. We could have remade it. And
actually, I would like to see that as well. And
like you said, I would like to, rather than fly around on a stupid bird, I would like to be able to just
fix the flying.
Go. Mm-hmm. Fix the flying, fix the motion control, so I don't have to like really truly do. It's hard. You know what? I like the game. There's some stuff I don't like. Can we eliminate Faye? Can we like have the option where I can stab her in the throat so she doesn't keep jumping out and telling me to do stuff? Like she drives me up the wall, man.
Mm-hmm. Just let her bleed out a little.
Just a little bit. Just a tad.
Yeah, until we say goodbye to her forever.
I wouldn't hit the juggler. Just hit her in the voice box so I don't have to listen
to
it.
Oh, jeez.
So this is what we're going to do. What I want everybody to do is this. In the chat, I want everybody to just type the number 1. So I know, and I can see everybody that's in the chat right now. And we can get a list of names and all this. Because I don't know. I mean, I see 3 guys right now in the chat. I'm assuming there's more, but I'm not 100% sure who else is there. I said number 1. I didn't say 24. I don't know what was so difficult about that, Jonathan. I said number 1. Like, Sean, you know what, Sean? You're a piece of trash, Sean. I don't.
You knew that was gonna happen.
You had to do something.
17.
But so. All right, so we got 3 people live in the room right now.
You gonna give some away, Bobby?
This is what I'm gonna do.
I knew. I felt it. I felt it in my bones. This has been a lot of fun. Okay. I think we should do more live because this is hilarious. I love seeing these guys.
We'll get into that in a second. We're going to do something in a second.
But, what episode is today? Why are we doing this? 25? Is that a big deal?
25. Yeah, of course. 25 is kind of a big deal, man. So what we're going to do is this. Do you guys all have a 3DS? That's what I need to know first.
I got a 3DS.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
You're not part of this. You
can't. I have a few 3DSs.
So just type in there yes if you guys have a 3DS.
Just give them a game even if they don't have a 3DS. Maybe that's all they've been waiting for is a free game.
That could be. You know what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do. I'm thinking of a number. I wrote it down.
7.
Between 1 and 20. Okay?
A baker's dozen.
Would you stop? Stop. 1 and 20. And you can only enter once. So think about it. Type the number in. And once everybody kind of typed the number, I said 1 and 20. 1 and 20.
Jonathan, I like it. Give it to Gaming Purple Monkey.
Are you really that messed up, John? I said 1 and 20. You come with 24.
Give that man $10,000.
If you type a number between 1 and 20, whoever is the closest will win a game. We're going to give away a game. So go now. It's going to get edited out of the actual show because I'm not going to have all this in there. But
I was wondering what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nobody wants this game that you're.
Nobody wants this game. I'm giving away a free game and nobody cares. The game, and it's not just one game. It's actually 3 games is what I'm giving away. You're going to win SteamWorld Dig. You're going to win SteamWorld Heist, and you're going to win. Look at this nonsense. Okay, we're gonna have to do something in a second. I got to figure something out. You're gonna win SteamWorld Tower Defense, SteamWorld Dig, SteamWorld Heist on the 3DS from Image and Form. They hooked us up with codes, and we're gonna give them away. So we have an issue. We have a little bit of an issue. I need your help here, Sean.
I was gonna go yell at Chelsea to go put down a number in this. She can go log on. Chelsea.
We have 2 people that are within the number 2 of the number I had. So I need Jonathan.
Sudden death.
Yeah. And all right.
If you don't fight to the death, we will kill you both.
So Playlets gave me 16. Jonathan said 12. The number is actually 14 is what I put on the paper. You guys can see it. I can't. 14 on the paper. So what I need you 2 to do is I'm going to do another number.
Fight to the death.
Between 1 and 20. So Jonathan and okay, so we're gonna give it to Playlets. So you won. I'm gonna give you 3 games. I will message you on Facebook and hook it up. So that we're good to go. We're good to go.
Default.
Jonathan gave up a really good game, and it's sad that he didn't want it. But so that is all.
Oh, it's over.
Thank you guys for listening to us, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, or if you watched us live, or if you're watching this on playback on YouTube. We're actually going to edit this up and put it up like we normally do and all that good stuff. But thank you very much. You can follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. You can follow Sean on Twitter, Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. What we're going to do here is, because I like this and I had fun with this.
Me too.
So every 10th episode from here on out. So once we hit episode 30, we're going to do a live episode again. Then 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever. Every 10th episode from this point on, once we hit 30, we'll just do live episodes for that day or for that episode. Because I had fun. I love the interaction with you guys. You guys were awesome. It was a lot of fun today. I know Sean gets excited for this because he doesn't really get out into the real world much. He doesn't get, he's a shut-in. So he doesn't get that whole interaction with people much, as you can tell.
I walk to the bus stop. I have my headphones in. I listen to the Geekcast. I go into the city, and then I work in my cubicle, and then I don't interact with anybody. I have my soup, and I don't talk to nobody. Then I come back home. I don't even say hello to the bus driver. I'm just kidding. I love the bus driver. He's a nice guy.
The bus driver probably sees you coming and gets a big smile and goes, "Here comes my buddy Sean," because you're probably all chipper and stuff. Like
I am. I tell him, "Hey, have you ever listened to the Geekcast? It's a great show."
Excited for life. I got to tell you something real quick before we get into this. So the other day, right, I pull up to go get gas, and pull up to the gas station, and this kid who pumps my gas every time I'm there. He does the same thing. It's hilarious. He goes back to the car, puts the nozzle in, hits it, comes up to the front where the car is, and there's a concrete barrier, and he sits there, and we start talking gaming. Mm-hmm. And that all started because of a year ago now. He walks up to the back of my car, and I have a New Leaf sticker on the back of my car. It's just a leaf. It's just a leaf. But if you're an Animal Crossing fan, you know what that is. So he walks up, sits down one day, and he's asking me, "Well, what's that sticker for?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a game, Animal Crossing." He goes, "Oh, I know what that game is." And ever since then, now we talk. When No Man's Sky came out, he's trying to convince me to buy No Man's Sky. I said, "Look, you're obviously into garbage. I can't have this conversation with you. We're moving on."
Sounds like he's going to be pumping gas for the rest of his life.
Stop. That's
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
But last week, we sit down, and he's asking me about games and stuff. I said, "Look," so you ever play indie games? And he's like, yeah. Sometimes I said, "You ever play a game called SteamWorld Dig?" He's like, I got it when it was free on PlayStation Plus a long time ago. And I said, he goes, "But I just haven't got a chance. I never got around to playing it." I said, "What about SteamWorld Hikes?" "No, I didn't." I said, "I'll tell you what. Follow me on Twitter right now. I have a podcast, all that stuff. I have a YouTube channel, everything. Follow me on there. I'm at Nintendo Gurus. Just send me a tweet and just say I'm a gas man. That's all I got to say, and I will go from there." I said, I'll send you a direct message. I'll give you codes to Dig, to Heist, the DLC codes for Heist, all that stuff. Dude, he got ecstatic. He was so happy.
Good deal.
Get the tweet. I messaged him, send him everything. So I'm excited to go back this week to get gas and see what he thinks about the games and see how he likes them and stuff. But that is all. So I think we're done now. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys, everybody that came. Checked out this episode 25 of If We Ran Nintendo. Ooh. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Next week, Justin Masson, we are going to do our Nintendo NX reveal. Peace out, Cub Scout.
ABZ you later.
Sorry, Jonathan, we got to leave.